Reduce facial lines and wrinkles with help from About Face. Most aesthetic services charge up to $14 per unit for Botox injections. At About Face, you'll pay only $11 per unit. That's over a 20% savings. Call to schedule your consultation.
Hi, I'm Paul with YourFightSite.com. I'm here at Cage Brawl 9, the weigh-ins. I'm here with Ed Nutt. He is an MMA trainer. Tell us a little bit about what you do and some of the fighters that you work with.
I do a little bit of everything. I think the first thing I think anybody that's involved in this will tell you is the number one job of a trainer, coach, manager, and I'm a great babysitter. You have to babysit. My style, my thing is I'm a boxer. I was an amateur boxer and then I became a pro boxer. Got involved with wrestling with Anthony. He's my stepson. I've had him, I guess, since he was 4. And he's one in the middle. I've got an older son that's with a boxer, a beautiful boxer. They talked me into getting MMA several years ago and we got involved. My background is wrestling and boxing. And then I have other people involved, David Gabbard, 8th grade black belt, Randall, my bad Ward, who, by the way, is fighting down in Florida June 2nd. And then I've got other people that's been involved, Nemesis Jim out of Murfreesboro. And what I do is I take fighters. I've got another fighter here, a guy by the name of Brian Atkins, who's fighting for the IFK 125 title. You know, I just take fighters, people, and I give them basics and then develop their style. I don't try to make them into me. I try to find their style and then make them fight what their natural body mechanics are. I think with Anthony, that's something everybody's going to notice when they see him. He's a little different, but every one of my fighters are different. I've got 2 guys that might resemble each other, but I don't have any 2 guys that are identical. You'll see 2 different type fighters tomorrow night. You'll see one that's just power, wants to grab and finish the fight quick. Then you're going to see one that's going to take his time, stay active, stay busy. That's what I do.
So there's a big difference between your training style between what fighter you're working with.
Yep.
Now, you train professional and amateur fighters.
Yes, I do.
What's the difference and what's the balance and what's the key to working with an amateur and a professional?
With amateurs, there's 2 types. You got the amateur that just wants to get into it because he wants to say he did it. Then you get that guy, you know, Brian's a prime example, that gets into it because they have a passion for it. They want to do it. It's not about winning and losing to them. It's about going in there, no matter whether they win or lose, when they walk out feeling good about themselves. If they get beat, they want to get beat by somebody better than them. They don't want to get beat because they didn't do their job. Those guys I enjoy. A lot of people in my gym, when they come in, they find out real quick I'm kind of they don't like me at times because I don't do emotions. I take everything serious. And I have guys that come in and they really pester, and we're kind of a private gym. We're not open to the public. You have to be kind of invited in. You have to be brought in. Anthony will tell you he's brought people into the gym, and I turn around and said, no, they're not allowed here because their attitude wasn't right. With pros, again, it's 2 different worlds. I'm still new in MMA. I've only been in MMA probably 4 years. But with the pros, you have to be one-on-one with them because everyone's different. Anthony, you slowly build him up until he gets into the cage. And once that door shuts, he becomes a totally different. When he was a child, I enjoyed watching him. He was a high-strung, problem kid, always in trouble, argumentative. But the moment he got on the mat when he was wrestling in high school, he slowed everything down and he looked like he was in place. It's the same thing for him here. As soon as he gets in the ring, you see a different person you've never seen before, and he belongs there. But that's the thing, you just have to, with pros, you have to really be individualized with them. They're all different. They all cut weight different. They all, some you got to jack up. I know when Anthony fought at King of the Cage, he slept on a 2-hour plane ride, 3.5-hour car ride, slept in the dressing room for 3 hours with Pat H.D. Berry inside the dressing room, sitting there training, working with him. But he slept the whole time. And then I've got a couple other guys that are just amped up, and I'm so worried about them running out of gas before they get in the cage. But it's we could talk all day about it. But
well, now you're coming here to Kingsport. It's a cage brawl. Cage brawl is a very popular promotion here in the Tri-Cities. It's got a lot of Tri-Cities favorites, I guess you could say, a lot of hometown fighters, and you guys are going up against probably one of the favoritist of the favorite hometown fighters, and that's in Tyler Mitten. Now, I know, back in high school when you go to a home game, the home team seems to have that advantage with the crowd and with the home court. Do you think that's the same in MMA?
Yes, definitely. But I think your true MMA fan, they gravitate. Yeah, they want to gravitate to people they know, but they gravitate, I think, more to the true athlete, to the true person. The biggest thing I teach in my gym is respect for themselves, for the fans, for the fighters. And I think when they meet him, he'll become another hometown favorite. Maybe we're 300 miles away, but I think the people here will like him because he's very pleasant, very approachable, and just enjoys the game. He'll tell you all the time, all he wants to do is have fun. That's our number one goal, is to have fun. Because the moment they don't have fun at it, I don't want anything to do with it. But I think he'll become a new hometown favorite.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing him fight. Once again, this is Ed Nutt with Gravity MMA. I'm Paul with YourFightSite.com. Get noticed.